Hello everyone, and welcome to Die of Death Skins Stereotypes. Yes, I'm bringing the Skins Stereotypes series to a different game. And today, we're starting with Die of Death. Our first character is going to be Pursuer, the beginner killer of the game who specializes in close-range stealth and rushdown gameplay. This lovable apex predator is considered by a large portion of the player base to be one of, if not the best killer in the game. Before we begin, let me make this clear, this video is made purely for fun and laughs. Not every stereotype applies to everyone, and none of this should be taken seriously. With that said, let's begin. We all know where this is going. These players are either brand new to the game and have no idea what they're doing. They play Pursuer like he's Slasher from Forsaken, using Stalk as a catch-up tool instead of an ambush or repositioning ability, and getting bullied non-stop by civilians with the block ability. Or they're the complete opposite. Absolute demons who will effortlessly mop the entire lobby with Pursuer if they even get the chance to play as the killer. They're basically Pursuer. But why? Alright, jokes aside, most players who use this skin are just really good at the game. And by really good, I mean godlike when it comes to wiping servers wherever they go. Either that or they're the goofiest players you'll ever face. People who don't take the game seriously and all just play purely for fun. If I remember correctly, this skin was called Friend Dude. Like, I vaguely remember the name of the skin was not classic. Anyway, players who use this skin are really good at surprising civilians, and by that, I mean they know how to stalk to its fullest potential. You'll be minding your own business with our civilians, and out of nowhere, this guy appears behind you, cleaves and lands multiple hits, and then finishes off anyone who isn't far enough away. And they're scarily good at domination. They will at least get second or third place when it comes to last man standing in that mode. Now, take this with a grain of salt, but in my experience, Phantasm players are either really bad or just extremely unlucky. They'll somehow fumble the easiest kill ever, hand it to them on a silver platter, or suddenly get the worst ping imaginable mid-game and lag out of nowhere. And honestly, I actually feel bad for these guys most of the time. Do you know the terms homeland advantage? Yeah, for some reason, these guys are just 50-50. They either ref every server they come across, landing at cliffs so you swear they're hacking, but it only applies in Grandma's backyards for some reason. Like, I don't know why they're bad in other maps, but for some reason in Grandma's backyard they're just godlike. They also have the tend to reveal themselves right in front of civilians with Stalk instead of staying hidden and picking people off one by one. These players are usually pretty bad, but the moment they're your partner in double trouble or your enemy in domination, everything flips. Suddenly, they're cracked. They'll be the best killer in double trouble, and in domination they're almost guaranteed to place at least second overall. In normal game modes they're decent, but in special modes they're absolute monsters. This is a reference to the Stalker game, and since not many people use it, it's a bit hard to pin down a clear stereotype. That said, in my experience, these players are usually pretty good, and it'll definitely surprise you when you run into one. They like to use Stalk for what it's actually for, well, stalking and ambushing. They also tend to prioritize taking out vulnerable civilians first before dealing with everyone else. If you thought Zombie was a 50-50, Mikot is the 50-50 king. Or queen. I don't know what's the gender. Anyway, Mikot players are either really bad, constantly missing cleaves, using red at the worst possible times, and somehow getting spotted by civilians even while they're cloaked. They also tend to get bullied non-stop by punch, revolver, and block civilians, to the point where it looks like the civilians are trying to kill them instead. On the other hand, you get the sweetest player you'll ever encounter, landing everything perfectly and making every punch, revolver, and block civilian look like an absolute joke. Now, not to be confused with Mikot, iQuote is a different skin entirely. It's a different version of Mikot. Anyway, unlike Mikot players, iQuote users are just really good for some reason. You do have to pay the same price as the Mikot skin to get it, so it makes sense that more dedicated players tend to use this one. Plus, it's actually a really good skin and a pretty goofy one too. I'm grouping these two together because they pretty much share the same stereotype. They will absolutely demolish you. In all of my encounters with these players, they're consistently very good at the game. They know to prioritize caretaker and love shot civilians first, so their student can't heal off the damage. And they're also great at dodging stuns. Overall, they're just really strong, smart players. Out of all Pursuer skins, this is probably the rarest one you'll see in game. Mainly because its alt version completely overshadows it. Claws Guy players are just solid all-round players, whether they're playing killer or civilian. As teammates, they land stunts, heals, and block almost flawlessly, always helping the team. But when it's their turn to be the killer, they'll mop the floor with you and everyone else who comes into contact with them. If you ever see one of these players in your lobby, be prepared to experience the weirdest hitboxes of your life. The Seesaw skin has a strange bug that extended the hitbox of your M1 attacks, giving Pursuer players an unfair advantage. I don't know if this bug has been fixed or not, but most players who use this skin do it specifically because of the advantage they get from abusing it. This is a collaboration skin with Blox cards and gives Pursuer a Jeff the Killer style appearance. Players who use this skin either like Blox cards or just enjoy the look of the skin in general. Skill-wise, they tend to sit right in the middle. Not bad, but not particularly cracked either. Yeah, if you ever see someone using this skin in your lobby, you're probably going to lose. This is Pursuer's Mastery skin, and there aren't many people who use it, mainly because the moment it shows up, half the lobby leaves like 80% of the time. These players have completely mastered Pursuer and are just insanely good whether they're playing killer or civilian. And so that's the wrap up for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and remember, this video is made for fun and laughs. Nothing here should be taken seriously, and not all stereotypes is correct. I am Marza, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on my next video. Goodbye!